Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Joy here again, and this time I'm bringing you guys a tutorial on how I did this makeup look. This is like my everyday glam makeup look. It's kind of like a simple, nice, I want to call it glam, natural glam, but there's a whole lot of glam going on. I try not to be extra, but I end up being extra anyways on a daily basis. So this is my not so natural everyday glam. So if you guys are interested in knowing how I complete this look, just keep watching. So first I'm going to start with a brow brush, and this is a Sephora simple brow brush. I'm going to be using my my Anastasia dip brow in soft brown, and simply what I'm going to do is just fill in the eyebrows. I like to shape them first. As you guys can see, my eyebrows are very light, but because my eyebrows are tattooed, it's kind of easy for me to kind of fill them in a little bit. But yeah, I'm just filling them in and just shaping them right now.
Stop getting plenty money.
So I'm just going to turn the brush over and just use my spoolie, which is like, it looks like a mascara one pretty much, and it's the other side of the brush. And I'm just going to brush out the front because I kind of want to fade it out a little bit so it doesn't look as dark in the front. And now I'm just going to carve my eyebrows out using the number 33 Sephora brand foundation, and I'm going to use a concealer brush from them too, which is a Pro Brush concealer. I'm just going to carve my eyebrows out with this. I'm gonna go ahead and blend all of the concealer out, well, foundation. And yes, I do use foundation, guys. I find it more effective for me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set it with a pressed powder from Dolce Gabana, and I'm just using a brush from Elf to blend it out. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Mercier shadow base, and this is in the color Peach. I really like this one because it brightens up your eyes, especially if you're having a bad day with your eyes looking really dark. And I'm just using a Sephora brush to blend it all out into my eyes.
Girl, I love the things you do. So baby, dance and dance to
For my eyeshadow, the first palette I'm going to use is my Juvias Place Magic palette, and I am using the color Nana as my transitional base. And this is like one of my favorite transitional colors that I like to use because it's like a peach, but it kind of has a brown tone to it, which is what I love the most about it. And it's like the perfect transitional color. And the brush that I'm using, I'm not really sure what brand it is because it's scraped off the brush handle, but yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my masquerade palette from Juvias Place, and I'm using the shade Ada, and I'm just using that to deepen my crease, and I'm using that in my inner crease. And the brush that I'm using is a Sephora blending brush for my inner crease. So after I'm done packing on the color in my inner crease, I like to blend it out with the first brush that I used on my crease because I like everything to look as smooth and blended. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my eyeshadow base again, but on my actual lids. And I'm blending that out as well, just making sure I'm spreading it out evenly to put the eyeshadow on. One thing I always love to do is just going back into the inner crease and just blending everything out. And then I'm going to go in with my Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to use this peach shade on my lids. So it's just going to be a matte color, and I'm just using a simple Sephora eyeshadow brush. And I'm just packing that color on my lids. Now I'm gonna go back into the inner crease again, yes, again, and I'm gonna start also smoking out the corners of my eyes with that same shade that I used on my inner crease, which was added from the Masquerade palette from Juvia's place.
So many things you fit to do with your baby.
And for my eyeliner, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. liquid liner, and this is just a simple liquid liner, and we're just gonna be doing a wing eyeliner.
I'm the one on the TV every time you do. Your body like Orodo. I'm a my type of polo show.
So now we're just gonna put on a little bit of mascara, and this is the Great Lash from Maybelline. So to prep my face, I'm going to be using the Glam Glow Volcanic Moisturizer, and this is a mattifying moisturizer. And then I'm going to use my 24-hour Stay foundation from Maybelline, which is like my favorite foundation right now. And you guys will see how much coverage this foundation has. It's really amazing. And what I love the most about it is that it looks a lot like a filter on your face, so you don't really need a lot of it, to be honest with you. You don't want to use as much because then you're gonna cake it on too much. Then to pretty much set my face, I'm going to be using the Black Radiance face powder, and this one is in Bronze Glow, I believe, and I'm just using a Sephora powder brush. I like to use this just to darken up my face a little bit because my body is a lot darker than my neck is, so I like my face to match my body, if that makes any sense. And then I'm going to go in with that Sephora foundation that I used to highlight my eyebrows. I'm going to use this as my highlight on my nose and under my eyes, and also on my forehead and my chin and my cupid's bow.
Things you do, yeah. So baby dance and dance to kusu, when you do that dirty wine, yeah. We are your baby, we are your baby, we are your body, yeah. Sucker. We are your baby, we are go crazy, we are your body, yeah. Sucker. Want to spend money, make me spend money, make me spend money, yeah. Sucker. We are your baby, we are go crazy, we are your...
So I'm going to use my Dolce Gabana powder again to set my highlight, and I'm using a flat brush. This is a blush brush from e.l.f. and I'm using that to set and just pat it down. I don't really bake, guys, so I would say this is kind of like strobing in a way. This is just another technique to set your highlight, but I don't really bake because I don't really like the outcome of it, and this is just my way of doing it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna carve out the perimeters of my face. So this is kind of like light contouring first before I actually intensify my contour, and I'm using the same face powder that I used before from Black Radiance. I'm also going to go ahead and lightly contour my nose with the same powder, and I'm using an eyeshadow brush because I like it a lot better than just using my fingers or anything like that. So I'm just lightly doing that, and then I'm going to use my Black Radiance contouring palette, and this is what's actually going to intensify my contour. And I'm just using the second shade because the other shade that I had, I actually broke it because I dropped my palette, sadly, but I'm just gonna use that to kind of intensify, and you guys can see how much it's becoming a little bit stronger on my cheekbones and my nose. For my blush, I'm gonna be using this beautiful peach, it's like a peach reddish color, and this is from MAC. The color's called Raisin, and I'm just gonna be packing that on my cheekbones, but going aligned with my contour as well, so that, you know, I'm not looking like a clown or anything. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to put some color on my waterline. I need some black on my waterline to intensify my eyes a little bit. And for my waterline, I'm actually using an eyeshadow, and I'm using a pencil brush, and I'm using an eyeshadow from the Kat Von D palette that I was using previously, and it's just a black shadow. Now it's time to pop some lashes on, and I'm using my duo glue, and this is probably like the hardest part for me, honestly, because I really don't like putting lashes on a lot, but I've been doing it a lot lately with my makeup looks. But I simply just start at the ends of my eyelash, and maybe this is the incorrect way, but this is just the way that I do it. And then I start to pinch my eyes. My eyes got a little watery, but I start to pinch them just to kind of get it in there. Since I'm not using a tweezer, I rather just use my fingers, and that's just my preference. But I just pinch them on, and these are actually lashes from Elf, and they're double stacked. That's why they look so thick, because I double stacked them. Then we're gonna just put a little bit of mascara to kind of blend the lashes on in there, kind of marry them together, you know, and put a little bit at the bottom as well to give it more of an intense look. So now we're at everyone's favorite part, the highlight, and I'm just using an eyeshadow brush to kind of put my highlight on. And this is from Black Up. This highlighter is actually a bronzer, but it's number 2, and I really love this one because it acts as a highlighter on my skin. And then I'm gonna use a fan brush and put it on my cheekbones as well. Make sure that's blended out well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose one more time to kind of intensify it a little bit. And then we're gonna intensify the eyes a little bit more by smoking it out at the bottom. For my lips, I'm gonna use Viva Glam by MAC. This is like my all-time favorite nude lipstick. And I'm just going to use that as the base. I'm not really going to use any lip liner because I'm not really a fan of lip liner, and that's just my preference. And then I'm going to use the NARS lip gloss in Candy Says. So this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys soon. Bye.